Hey, what's up, everybody out there in the Jam Facebook universe? Brandon Pope here. We got Krista Green next to me, and we're doing a little
What's
tag
up?
team here. Going to talk to Noah Huntley from this great show on the CW called Pandora Season 2, getting geared and ready for Sunday, October 4th. And so let's bring in Noah now, shall we, and get right to it and talk to our man, one of our favorite Brits. What's up, Noah?
Hey, Brandon. Hi, Krista. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, Noah. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm in Dorset in England, a tiny little shire where hobbits live, and they don't get Wi-Fi down here. So I'm at the top of the house, and I'm glad you can hear me. I can hear you, so I guess it's all good. We're working.
We're good to go.
Has this quarantine kind of made you more aware of your Wi-Fi signal and strength and all that weird tech stuff?
Oh my God, that's my COVID experience. Is why haven't I got more Wi-Fi? Come on, Musk, get on with it.
I feel you on that. Hey, let's talk about this great show.
And still no Wi-Fi.
Right? Come on, bro. Get on it. Get on it. Well, hey, we're working through our own internet issues as well. COVID overall, I mean, it's got to be rough, especially for an actor. What's it been like for you when it comes to filming a show like Pandora during this pandemic?
Well, I mean, I know we're one of the few shows that's been going ahead. Bulgaria is one of the few countries that's had low numbers. I think that's probably because they haven't tested anyone. But let's not get into that. We didn't have any casualties apart from very early on before the cast arrived, and apart from Oliver, our lead, breaking his wrist on a bird scooter. But apart from that, no COVID. So we've made it through. I think they've got 2 more days to go, and then they finish the final episode, and then we go out on Sunday.
That's awesome, Noah. And this show, it's set in the future, 2199. And the future is a place that I think we'd all love to be right now. So tell us a little bit about season 2, what we can expect.
Well, I think, first of all, season 2 is just a completely different show to season 1. It's less centered around the academy, and it's more centered on the missions. My character's in all kinds of trouble in season 2, and that's kind of been interesting to explore. But I think ultimately, the sci-fi genre in this show particularly is a great way of exploring kind of alienation and sense of being powerless, and where the institutions of power are and how they affect us and what's going on behind the scenes. And all of those things are like really current right now because everyone's going through versions of paranoia and conspiracy and actuality and so on. So it's funny how many parallels can be drawn from an apparently fantasy style show.
Yeah, I mean, we're all kind of going through paranoia right now. I'm curious, Noah, how do you think the cast and the show would react to present day?
I think we all have been reacting to it. I think we've all kind of been going through our own. I think the other thing is that it's a really interesting, from my own point of view, the more spiritual nature. There's a kind of inner growth that's going on, whilst there's this apparent outer chaos. And I think we're realizing how powerless we are on the outside, because we are. And going within is kind of where our strength is, and then coming together with solidarity around that is the real strength. So I think that's the kind of overarching thing that I'm experiencing and that I'm kind of connecting with other people on. But I think there was a certain amount of nervousness coming out of this situation that we're all in, and going to a foreign country, and what if it got worse, and what if we couldn't get back, and what if the bond company didn't pay and we're all kind of stranded? So, yeah, I mean, we're just going through very real fears, because having kind of taken on board this situation we're all in, you then have to kind of go, well, when are we going to come out of this? Are we just going into global economic recession and breakdown at this point?
Definitely something we've all been thinking about. You know, Krista, she just mentioned the show is set 100 years in the future. So made me curious, want to ask you, would you rather, if you had the choice, would you rather go 100 years forward in the future or go 100 years back in the past?
That's a good one.
I still haven't watched Tenet. Well, I feel like that's a question for Christopher Nolan. I mean, I think we.
Let me tell you this.
I think we
Tenet
all
is
go-
a confusing film.
That's why I haven't seen it yet, but I will. I like him. You know, I think we all. The past is actually something we all go back to because we go to nostalgia and sentimentality because it's somewhat reliable. We kind of have a sense of it being a definitive thing, whereas the future is the unknown, which also makes it the most incredible because it's infinite potential. But it's you know, it stimulates people's fears because it's the unknown and the what ifs. And the past apparently is something that is concrete and real. And so I think we tend to go back. I mean, where I'm living at the moment, everyone's going self-sufficient. They're sort of growing their own vegetable patches and trying to become more self-sufficient generally. And just because of the simplicity of the past, or the relative simplicity, I think those things were things that we were more comfortable doing. So, I mean, funny, actually think about Oliver Dench on set. I mean, we've all become really good friends on this production now. Obviously, on season 2, we're sort of all in this strange environment together and have really bonded. But Oliver's been knitting quite a lot. He's such an unlikely male lead, but he's so good as well. But he's also been knitting a lot on set, so that's been quite funny. So there you go. There's an example of self-sufficiency right in front of you.
Yeah, you say that you guys are all such good friends on set. So Noah, I gotta ask, I mean, this cast is incredible. And I also have to add that you all are somehow so incredibly good looking. But if you had to be quarantined with one person on the cast, who would you choose and why?
Oh my God, that's so funny you say that. We had some other game going on set, and they were like, if you could inhabit one of the cast or crew's body for the day, who would it be and why? And I was like, oh God, it's a really tricky question. But we came up with Brett Simmons, who's just I don't know if he's on Prozac or something, but he's just eternally enthusiastic, and his enthusiasm is really appealing. So if I was stranded on a desert island, if I was with one person, it'd probably be Brett. I reckon it would be a lot of fun. But the reality of that is the show's being such a fast pace now, which is 3 hours drive south and things. And we managed to get one trip to the Black Sea this time just a week ago, which was great, but fairly limited really. But people, one person, Brett, who you don't know, if it was one cast member, I'd probably go with Oliver. I spent a lot of time with Oliver last year. I'm a bit of an Oliver Dench fan.
I'm sure he's happy to hear that too. The show is kind of a Star Trek style show in the way it explores different worlds. You got aliens in there. I wonder, do you believe alien life exists out there?
Ooh.
I definitely do. But then I think I'm probably contact.
I think we're having some bandwidth issues with Noah there.
We're losing you, Noah. Are the aliens coming down and taking you right now?
People making contact.
Brandon, I'm gonna take this as we better send Noah some help.
Yeah, I seem to have
We're talking about aliens
popping in,
and now we're losing him.
Yeah.
Noah, are you okay?
I think the aliens are trying to mute me.
They said the secret's getting out. We got to cut it.
It's all very covert, the alien program. So there's only so much anyone can talk about it. You know, there's interventions. It's just gonna probably the signal drop out if I get to talk about it too much. But yeah, I think we made contact long ago. I think there's a lot of stuff we haven't been told about alien contact. Seems to me. What do you think?
I don't know. It freaks me out when I start to think about these things. So I think you might be right, but I don't like to think about it too hard because then I get too scared. What about you, B?
Yeah, I think they definitely exist out there, far, far, far away.
Far
They're
away.
plotting. They're ready, and it'd be very 2020 for an alien invasion to sweep the planet. I'm betting on it.
Could
I was
happen.
watching
Crazier things have happened.
I was watching a great guy, David Adair, on Cosmic Disclosure, and he was talking about 2012 and the end of the Mayan calendar, and he said there was an enormous, whatever it was, asteroid or comet that was on a direct collision course with Earth that wasn't talked about in mainstream media, but later came out because it had to. And he said somehow it veered off course, and the idea was that maybe that was intervention that had given us a bit more time or intervened and helped us out. So maybe they're more benevolent than malevolent.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
I can see
you never
that.
know. Well,
Hey, Noah, this
it
has
has
been
been
great,
great
man.
catching up with you.
You too. I'm sorry the connection's going in and out. I've tried to walk around to get to somewhere that's better, but it's all a bit sketchy down here.
Well, we
Bound
will be
to
hoping
happen
for
during
you that
times
those.
like this.
I just hope it's not the aliens, Noah.
Might be the aliens.
All right, guys. Well, you can catch the season 2 premiere of Pandora this Sunday night at 7 p.m. on CW26.